Flosstube. It's Friday the 7th of August and it's 8:30 in the morning, and I have about 10 minutes until my dad comes to pick us up because we're driving all together to Berlin to go on a little holiday. So I thought I'd show you pretty quick what I've been working on in the last week. I won't be uploading this today. We'll probably wait for another week, but since I'm gonna be away, I thought make like the first part of the movie right now and then add a second clip to create like one big update. So in the last week, since I've been working pretty much every day and had some time spent with family, I did not get stitched so much. I only worked on 2 projects in the last week. And the first one is this one. And this is Cat Lovers by Jardin Privé. And I'm loving all the colors. This is just 8 colors for the entire project. And I've worked now to the top corner, not the top corner, the bottom right corner. And I basically stitched this whole area. I was already started on part of the flower, but I finished the flower motif, stitched the cat completely, and stitched the heart, and I almost got done with this motif. And yeah, this is actually stitching out pretty good. And I'm stitching this on 18 count ecru Ada. And I really love the coverage of the black on this one. Even from up close, there's no see-through at all. I'm just using 2 strands and it's really good. It's still gonna be a little bit before I finish this, but all good. And the other one I worked on, and this took quite a lot of time, way more time than I thought, it was Damask Roses by Mirabilia. And I had allocated 7 hours to work on her. And it took me about 5 days for these 7 hours. Like one day I even didn't get to stitch at all. But if you can remember last time I showed you, I had just started on the pillar here in the top. This little part I had done. And I decided now to completely focus on the pillar, and it took me all 7 hours. But she has a pillar to put her butt on, so to say. She doesn't actually have a butt yet, but there is going to be a pillar for her to sit on. And yeah, like I said, it took 7 hours to stitch this whole pillar, but I'm really pleased with how that turned out. I love the detail, and I was kind of afraid because this is a very, very dark gray, and if you look up close, it really does not look correct at all, but if you see farther away, and especially now seeing it in the camera, it looks fantastic, and I really love the detail. So yeah, the pillar is done, and here's where it cuts off and the last part of her dress is. So all in all, 7 hours added. I'm slowly working my way to the bottom. I really hope that I might be able to still finish her this year. And I'm stitching her on 32 count Belfast natural linen with opal. I'm not sure if you could see. Yeah, she's gonna be very big. I still have a lot to do, but I am confident that I can finish her. Yeah, in the not so far future, especially because this is her first Mira. This is Nora Corbet's first Mira. It's MD1. There's only DMC and no beads or overdyes. So pretty easy going. So anyway, like I said, this is gonna be part 1. I'm gonna go on holiday and I'm gonna try to film the second part next Friday so that I can upload a 2-week update for you guys. And then I took like 3 projects, and I took all projects that I have kitted, that I don't need to take my whole floss boxes. So who knows, if I get a lot of time, you might see a finish. I don't think so, but who knows. So anyway, this was part 1, and I'll see you in part 2. So back for part 2 of my video. It took quite a lot longer than I expected to come back for part 2. I finished the part that you just watched the Friday, or actually on the Friday that I left on a holiday. This was in the beginning of August, I guess the 9th of August that I went on holiday. Today is the 21st, so it's been 2 full weeks since that video. And I had hoped to be able to show you a lot of stitching progress, but unfortunately that was not to be. So I work with 5-hour rotations, and in the last 14 days, I just managed to finish one 5-hour rotation, so I just stitched for 5 hours. I did not expect to be able to stitch a whole lot, but I did expect to stitch more than I actually did. I gotta admit, the warm weather also made me kind of reluctant to stitch. I don't know, it's just the season, it's been so warm. Most of the days have been over 30 degrees Celsius, and it's just too warm. But I feel my stitchy bug returning, so this is why I'm just gonna finish off this video by showing the one project I worked on in the last 2 weeks, so I can start clean and maybe come back to you next Friday with a whole lot more progress. I should be able to, because today I am gonna go home to my sister. She lives in the Netherlands, as does the rest of my family, and I'm gonna go there for a week to just relax and yeah, take care of her dog and cat while she returns to work after our family holiday. So I think having all the alone time should really enable me to stitch a lot, hopefully. But you will see this next week. So without further ado, let's show you the one project I did work on. And this is Quaker Christmas 2 Bygone by Bygone Stitches. And the sub-name is Songs of the Season. And it's getting there. I've been working on page 6, and I estimated that I will have to put in an additional 35 to 40 hours before I finish this, but it's getting there. This is the whole piece so far. Like I always say when I show you this is such a joy to work on. It is easy, no changing of colors. I can just continue stitching. And I'm actually really happy what I was able to do in these 5 hours, because I had barely started on page 6. The page break is somewhere around here. Yes, here. And I pretty much stitched everything on the right side of this. So I stitched the word tree, the other half of this emblem, the 2 snowflakes, the reindeer, the whole motif here, the little house. Yeah, very happy with this progress. And this is the end of the page. So this is what is the biggest motif on the page. And then there's half a motif still here and some smaller ones. But yeah. All in all, going really good. And then under here come the last 2 pages, and then it's finished. And I did consider, because I told last time, here's my name. I'm not sure yet if I want to actually put my last name there. I think I will, but I'm leaving it open for now. I'm gonna put here in the space the year that I finish it. I did want to see if I could put in my parents' name and my sister's name, but I haven't decided yet where, because the gaps are not as open as I thought. So I might have to put them all the way very small. Like here's like a very little gap, but they're not as big as I thought. So I'll have to see if it fits somewhere. Would be cool. So yeah, that's it. I'm bringing for the next week 3 projects home, which is this one. It gets another rotation. And I'm bringing Thanksgiving Harvest Fairy by Nora Corbett. Yeah. And I'm bringing Pike Peak Santa by Mill Hill. And I'm only taking these 3 because those are all kitted. And I don't want to spend today still going through all of my floss boxes to look for all my floss and kit up projects I want to take. No, I'm just going to take these 3, and fingers crossed I can get through 1 full rotation on each of those. So when you see me next Friday, I will have done 15 hours in 1 week instead of 5 hours in 2 weeks. So yeah, that's it for me. I'm gonna put these videos together. Very short update, only 3 projects that I've shown you. It's a little bit abysmal for 3 weeks of progress, but hey, you don't control where your stitchy butt goes or how much time you have. So yes, I will see you next time. Thank you, bye.